Was ist los? It's your German boy here, and welcome back to another episode of If My Heart Had Wings. Last week was a really interesting episode, because apparently we've been spending the last semester or so of school trying to keep the Soaring Club, or, well, now we're called the Soaring Society, together, trying to keep some activities going, and, just trying to pick up the pieces after we found our building demolished. So, what's happening now is that we've got a couple new boarders here at our dorm, and they seem to have been clued into our little secret. So, all I can say is that shit's gonna get interesting. Let's go ahead and get right into it, Zen.
さあ、どうだろう。
Honestly, I don't think we're gonna be okay.
今更ながら良かったのかな。あんなことしちゃって。しょうがないじゃない。ああでもしなきゃ博物館行きだったんだから。そしたらもう二度と取り返せなかったかもしれないのよ。あのグライダーは私たちがあまねちゃんから受け継いだものなのに。
I mean, I guess Kothari kinda has a point, but
だよね。
I don't know. I'm still a little sus about this whole thing.
どうなの?
As Yoru seems to find my attitude even more sus, she becomes more determined to find out the truth. Back then, when the Soaring Club was shut down, when the garage was forcefully taken away from us and demolished, the glider was no longer inside. It had been moved to another place. After that, under the school's instruction, it was kept in a storeroom. We wanted to get it back quietly, but since there was no way we could fly it, we didn't have anywhere to put it. So for the time being, we kept quiet and let the school take care of it. Then, a few days ago, we heard some surprising news from certain sources. The school was trying to have the glider donated to the city museum. This glider was made by the old members of the club, and an original aircraft like this is extremely rare in this country. Therefore, it has value of something to be collected by a museum. To the school, it was seen as a waste of storage space, and they wanted to dispose of it. If it had gone to the museum, we would have never been able to have gotten it back. As an extreme measure, we decided to, abscond away with it in secret. And that's the reason why it's here now. Ja, das ist korrekt. If I lied, I'd soon be found out. I admitted it honestly.
呆れた。こんなところに隠していたなんて。そのせいで私たちを寮に住まわせない気でいたの。
Nine, I heard you were coming tomorrow, and I was planning on moving it somewhere before then.
どうだか。
Unfortunately, we were still in the middle of a huge typhoon. The only other place where we might be able to store a great big glider like this would be the entranceway. However, given the circumstances, we wouldn't want to leave it anywhere so noticeable. Bitte! You must keep this a secret! I put both hands together like I'm praying.
私たちが理事長の孫だって、さっき話したわよね。どうして私たちがあんたたちのために祖父を裏切るような真似。ここがいい。
What?
姉さん
Asa seemed like she was full of determination as she made her statement.
私、ここがいいの、ヨルちゃん。聞いてなかったの、姉さん。ここにあるこれは学校から盗み出されたもので。それでもね、ここがいいの。ごめんなさい。
Asa begged her sister Yoru, who seemed to be both scolding her yet astonished her at the same time.
あのね、姉さん。そもそもこんなのあったら寝る場所もないじゃない。大丈夫。こうやって。
Asa laid her petite body in the gap between the fuselage and the main wings that were leaning against the wall.
私は嫌よ。でも、今日はここに泊まっちゃわないと。
The whole building shook and rattled as it was battered by strong winds.
外は台風だよ。
True. And we ain't talking about the GMC SUV.
かといって、ここが安全ともあまり思えないけど。なんだか不衛生そうだし。
Hey, we keep this place clean. If it ends like this, our secret will be found out. Our glider's here. So as of today, the two of you are our friends, yeah? Let's all get along together. Okay, let's have a round of applause, I say as I forcibly encourage him to clap. Everyone looked at my twitching smile with a dubious look on their faces, but gave a round of applause anyway.
葵くん、顔が引きつってる。こりゃバレたわね。よろしくお願いし
Likewise.
ます。適当によろしくね。態度悪いいのゆかさん、あの子超態度悪いわよ。新人教育も兼ねて、ここはビシッと。
Please. And Kothari makes a real fuss about it, while everyone just replies with a
私ら、もう慣れてるし。慣れてるの？なんで？
Everyone gives her a sideways look as if to say, well...
ぶっちゃけ、小鳥ちゃんはこの10倍くらい態度悪かったもんね。
Oh, damn. Well, I guess someone had to say it.
ちゃんと自己紹介してよろしくねっていうだけマシだよね。
Kothari looks at Agahana like she's looking for backup. Same here.
左に同じ。
She's surrounded by opposing opinions on all sides.
何よ、みんなして。私、こんなに態度悪くなかったもん。
I've got like 29, well not all 29, but I've got a bunch of episodes before this I'd like to refer you to on that.
でも、部屋はどうするの？だって、あの部屋...
Yuka mumbles unintelligibly. We received implicit agreement from the boarders that we could hide the glider in the dormitory. The highly valued my achievement of getting the new fridge and understood our feelings as former members of the soaring club, so they turned a blind eye to the whole incident. That is why, supposedly, they've decided to pretend that they don't even know it's here. They'll search for another place to store it as quickly as possible. Till then, you two can use my room. Everyone made a face as if to say, is that okay? I don't have many things, so I can easily clear space, so you can sleep anywhere you like.
じゃあ、私の部屋に来ればいいよ。一緒に寝よう。
Kanako, I know you're trying to come on to me, but it's not gonna work.
ちょっとカナ、何バカなこと言ってんの？そんなことさせられるわけないでしょ？あら、どうして？それは、あぎゃ、ほら、言ってやって。そこで私に振るのかよ。
Oh my god.
そりゃああれじゃないっすか。葵がもし不祥事なんぞ起こしたら、寮母をやめなくちゃいけなくなっちゃうんで。そうそう、それよ。
Everyone says things like, yeah, that would be a problem for us. Which is why that proposal's rejected. I don't need to say things like proposal rejected. It's not like this is some business decision. It's just sus as fuck is all. It's just sus as fuck. Asa spoke nervously.
私、グライダーがある部屋でも別に構わないですよ。
Really? But there's nowhere to lay a futon or anything like that.
そのくらい覚悟の上ですから。
Everyone looks at her as if they're saying, what on earth is she talking about? Wait. That's right. Her eyes lit up when she was looking at the glider just now. Does she have some sort of emotional attachment to it? For example, she might be some sort of airplane enthusiast.
私は嫌よ。あんな狭苦しいところで寝たら窒息しちゃう。夜ちゃん。嫌だったら嫌。絶対に嫌。
Well, you can use my room. Is that okay?
はい。
For some reason, she nodded reluctantly. So that's that, everyone. It's just for a little while, so I'll appreciate your cooperation. This is my room.
お邪魔します。へえ。夜ちゃん、夜ちゃん、男の人の部屋だよ。
Technically not anymore, at least not for the time being.
そうね。
The two of them nervously look around here.
あ、漫画がこんなにいっぱい。はあ、やっぱり男の人って漫画が好きなんですね。
Okay, said Asa, impressed. But all of them were brought here by Ageha, who just left them there after reading them, so they're not exactly mine.
お菓子の食べかすが落ちてる。
Oops. They're not mine either. It's cause Ageha and Kotori have been eating in here. Since the garage was demolished, my room has become our meeting place. That's why there are so many things here that I have no recollection of. Sorry, I'll tidy that up soon. I clear away the trash and put all the unneeded objects out in the hallway. While I'm doing that, they just idly stand there waiting. Those two, they've been treating my room like a place to leave all their shit. After coming and going several times, I see Asa holding the photo frame that was on the desk.
この写真。
I peek over the heads of the two sisters who have their faces close together. It's pretty easy to do that, because even for girls, they're pretty short. Oh, is that photo? It was the glider and the runway overgrown with weeds. The blue sky stretching out in all directions. The shining white clouds bathed in the sunlight. Then, there's our group. It was taken on the day that I'd come back from the last test flight with Amane. It was a commemorative photo. This is the glider you saw just now. That's what it looks like when it's all put together. Both of them, especially Asa, look enthusiastically at the photograph.
いつ撮影したものなんですか？
Around the end of last year's summer holiday, we flew the glider at dawn. Strange clouds called morning glory appear, and that's what we were aiming for.
じゃあ、あの時飛んでたのって、やっぱり。でも失敗したんでしょ？
How do you know?
さあ、小鳥さんとアゲハさん、葵さんですよね。
She points to the faces in the photo one by one.
こちらの綺麗な方は？
The last person in the photo. She points to the one in the picture with a carefree smile. That's Amane Mochizuki, also known as the Super Repeat Student. She's already graduated, though.
あ、さっき小鳥さんが言ってた人ですね。
Yeah, that's her. The genius who's so smart she forgets that she's hungry sometimes. I add as I laugh at how strange that is.
伝説の先輩。
Legendary? Well, yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe the students of Keifu Academy will continue to tell the story of Amane Mochizuki, the strange senior, for a long time to come. Just like an urban legend. I narrow my eyes as I smile from the feelings of nostalgia as I look at the photo. The two of them look at me curiously from below. Something happened and the club lost its status, but originally we were the members of the Soaring Club. This photo is the last memorial picture of our club's activities.
もう活動はしないんですか?
Well, we're still kind of continuing them. Now we've gone completely underground. We're not recognized by the school, and we carry out our activities in secret so we don't get found out. Aza, are you interested in gliders?
いえ、私はそんな。
She goes bright red as she looks down.
姉さんは空を飛ぶものに興味があるの。昔からね。
I see. We're planning to fly again soon, so you can come and watch if you like. Asa's big round eyes sparkled and she nodded happily. Then the sun went down, the mother of all storms blew outside, so we couldn't go out there and do any repairs. All we could do now was pray that the old dormitory could withstand it and wait for the typhoon to pass. Hey, that girl Asa seems to be interested in gliders.
へえ、そうなんだ。
I was telling Ageha, who was helping to make dinner, about the twins. Because it looks like she won't be able to go home tonight, it seems that Ageha will be staying in Kotori's room. I asked her if she'd like to come and see us fly next time. Her eyes sparkled as she said, okay. That's great, isn't it?
それでさっきから鼻の下伸ばしてたんだ。かわいいもんね。
Ageha, you have a filthy mind. 9. I don't mean it like that.
そういうの、ロリコンって言うんでしょ?
Get your minds out of the fucking gutter already. Jesus! Kotori, has been quietly chopping the vegetables, joined the conversation. You dumb cop! What the hell do you mean? They're only 2 years younger than me. That...
葵くん、ああいう子がいいんだ。葵って面倒見がいいから、手がかかる子に弱いんだよね。
She says as she looks at Kotori from the side. And Kotori doesn't notice her looking as she mumbles things like, "That's so cute, isn't it?" while chopping up the cabbage. We couldn't go shopping that night, so we were making okonomiyaki. I hope I said that right. Fried omelet type thing from the food we had left over. Anyway, can you guys take back all the manga and other shit you left in my room? If you don't, I'm gonna toss them in the garbage.
へえ、あれは貸したんじゃん。ちゃんと読んでよ。マジで面白いんだって。そんでもって熱く語り合おうよ。
Okay, if I have time.
ねえ、ロリコンって具体的に何歳差からを言うの?
We're still on about that? Forget about that. Just chop the damn vegetables, will ya? The raging storm shook Flying Fish Manor.
ねえ、本当にここに住むつもりなの? だってグライダーがあったから? 運命だよきっと。ヨルちゃんもそう思うでしょ? 運命なんてナンセンスよ。姉さんって本当にロマンチストよね。
I mean, it's also a video game from a couple years ago.
じゃあいいもん。私のセンスが夜ちゃんに一生理解されなくたって、それでいいもん。ロマンチストな方が女の子っぽいし。はいはい。どうせ私は女の子っぽくないですよーだ。それにさ、なんだかいいなと思っちゃった。何が？空を目指して、みんな幸せそうに笑ってたから。すごい風だね。寝てる間に建物がぺしゃんこに倒壊しちゃうかもね。
It's probably constructed more sturdily than that. Also, why the hell are you looking smug about that?
夜ちゃん、一緒に寝よう。どうしよっかな。夜ちゃん。
I'll just stay out of it. The next day, as a typhoon had passed and a blue sky spread over Kazagawa.
というわけなので、よろしくお願いします、会長。
Please consider it!
しまーす。
Standing behind Kotori, we bow our heads. This is a 4th grade classroom. Yesterday, we were ordered to go to the student council room, so we decided to take the initiative and go to Akari's classroom. We state the matter frankly. We're making an application for the revival of the Soaring Club. It was a negotiation to restore the Soaring Club, which lost its status last year.
その件はすでに却下されたはずですよ。幅根小鳥さん。それは前の生徒会の話でしょ？
And that was also under vastly different circumstances.
あなたなら違う考えをお持ちなんじゃないかって思ったんだけど。
The title of leader of the Soaring Society isn't just a decoration. For a year, Kotori has been negotiating with the student council for the revival of the Soaring Club. However, the previous student council president had said that I don't think that Mr. Tobioka would allow it. That was a typical example of someone who's afraid to rock the boat. The previous student council was dissolved, and in the election held a few days ago, Akari was chosen as the new student council president. In her case, she might actually listen to what we have to say, so Kotori finally had grounds for negotiation. Akari was deep in thought as she stared at the application petition for the revival of the club. We watched over her with tense expressions. If it isn't officially recognized as a club, there are few circumstances that could spell trouble for us. First is the issue of the ownership as a glider. That's property of the Soaring Club, so if it becomes a club again, it should be officially recognized as being under our ownership. It was built using club funds, which is why it was taken away by the school along with the club status. In actuality, over half the funds for the construction were paid by Amane herself. There was also the problem of the club's funds. Currently, we're facing a serious shortage of money. The parts and materials come from Ageha and Kotori helping out at Anchan's place, but the transport costs for Ageha and I go to the airfield, and the cost of flight training is no joke. Our intention is to use the funds to help cover these costs, even if only by a little. Another thing, the fact that we can't use the school facilities. For the manufacturing of the parts, even if we want to use the school's equipment, they won't give us permission. Everyone just uses it freely, but with Mr. Tobioka keeping an eye on us, being found out could cause problems. Lastly, we don't have anywhere to conduct our activities. As a result, we had to occupy a room used by the Kazato sisters. We can't continue to use the dormitory as our base of operations.
お願いよ、生徒会長。私たちが真面目に活動してたことは、あなただって知ってるでしょ？そうです。慶風学園にとって、これほどふさわしい部活動はないと思いませんか？
True. Everyone was desperately pleading with her, but...
その前に
Glare. Akari stared at us with a scary expression on her face.
あなたたちに聞きたいことがあったの。倉庫から消えたグライダーの件よ。
Her voice dropped down to a tone. That alone was enough to make us cower in fear.
何のことかしら？
Even if we're totally busted, we have no choice but to play dumb. Akari's usually a fair person, but she wouldn't be that flexible. If it was clear that we'd taken it away, she'd definitely have to take action.
何者かが倉庫に忍び込み、保管してあったグライダーを盗み出したのよ。あんな巨大なもの、一体誰が持ち去ったのかしらね。
The way she said it made it sound like she was implying, I know it was you. She's completely right, though. The thing with the glider was a huge miscalculation on our part. We knew that it would be a big disadvantage when it came to applying for the restoration of the club, but it couldn't be avoided. Knowing that this would happen, we came to her first to negotiate. Could it be some kind of geek? Like an airplane geek? Maybe they really wanted it, no matter what. As I desperately try to give a suitable answer, Akari looks towards me.
あなたたちではないと？
It wasn't. No way. Where the hell would we even keep it? I answer while choking on my words. My heart feels heavy as Akari's eyes, full of righteousness, shoot a gaze right through me.
いいでしょう。ただし、もし不正な手段を用いていると分かったときは、一切擁護はできないので、注意してくださいね。
Okay. Without thinking, I answered honestly, and Agha gave me a poke in the ribs. That was like I was saying, actually, we still want.
それにしても、来週には博物館に寄贈される手はずだったのに、どうしてこうもいいタイミングで。
Said Akari as she caught a glimpse of our expressions. Seems that she'd like to know about that. About who leaked the information to us.
Akari-san!
At that moment, Masatsugu appeared, calling out in a frivolous voice.
今日の生徒会何時からでしたっけ
？16時からよ、田崎くん。
じゃあそれまで暇ですよね。どっかでお茶でも。なんだお前ら。
Aw, shit. Is that bonehead Masatsugu? He's only just realized we're here.
何やってんだ？
部の復帰申請をしに来たのよ。
So you can just get the hell out of here.
なんだよその態度。俺だって生徒会のメンバーなんだぞ。
Masatsugu sticks his chest out in the patronizing kind of way. Oh yeah, that's right. He joined the student council this year as its secretary. In response to Masatsugu, Akari glared at him.
どうかしましたか、あっかりさん。
今、大事な話をしていたところです。例のグライダー強奪事件について。ずっと不思議だったんです。どうして博物館に寄贈される直前に盗まれてしまったのか。犯人が一般生徒だと仮定して どうやってその情報を知り得たのか。
どうしてでしょうね。俺、バカなんでわかんないや。
Try to play dumb, dude. You got this. Ageha and I look at each other. Isn't there a better way we can try to trick her? Akari seemed convinced by this poor attempt at deceiving her and didn't pursue it any further, though. For the time being, it's good that she didn't find the perpetrator who leaked the info. By the way, this is kind of beside the point, but it looks like Masatsugu's broken up with his girlfriend from the band. According to him, the reason was because of musical differences. According to Ageha, he got dumped. After that, he met the girl he was destined to be with. An older girl called Akari Kumoi. Then, in order to chase after her, he joined the student council. Oh man, I see where this is going already. That's the end of that little side story.
廃部の一件については、以前お話しした通りよ。
4 members.
同情的な気分にはなるけれど、どうしてやることもできないわ。
Right after Amane left, it was decided in a staff meeting that the club would have its status repealed without any notification, and then the garage was forcibly taken from us and demolished. This was all under the instruction of Mr. Tobioka. Some of the students were against it, but Mr. Tobioka just went ahead and forced it to be demolished. The reason was that this had been promised from the beginning, apparently.
実際、私も納得はしていないのよ。廃部の根拠は、単に望月先輩以外に部員がいなかったから、というもの。でも実際は、あなたたちがいたわ。
Yeah, that was...
それなのに先生方の都合で廃部を決定するなんて、これは生徒会自治系の悪質な侵害行為だわ。
Indeed it is.
あの時私が会長だったなら、もう少し抵抗できていたものを。
Dankeschön. She spoke with her fists clenched and a furrowed brow, and she looked genuinely frustrated. She won't forgive those who selfishly ignore the rules, even if they're teachers. So that's what happened. She's the one who, when all is said and done, was working hard to help the Soaring Club to survive by putting pressure on Amane, who had been continuing with the club all by herself, at the time when the club was in danger of being shut down. She's strict, but really, deep down, she's a good person.
じゃあ、復活を認めてよ。
Yeah, President. The decision to repeal its status should never have been made. This was our big chance to make ourselves heard, but Akari shook her head.
どうして？部としての条件を満たせていないからです。まず、部員数の不足。
Now there are only 3 members. To be a club, you need at least 4 members.
次に、活動内容の有効性ですが、これはまあ問題ないでしょう。
True. This is about whether or not the activities are suitable for a student club. There's no problem as far as that goes.
有資格者の不在。これは深刻な問題ですね。パイロットの資格なら葵くんが持ってるわ。それだけでは足りないでしょ。
As well as the pilot, you also need qualifications for the equipment. Things like gliders cannot be administered without qualified personnel. Before, Amane had all the necessary qualifications, so it wasn't a problem.
最後に、顧問の不在。
Mr. Yamanobe, who had until last year been the advisor, withdrew when the Soaring Club lost its status. He was under close scrutiny from Mr. Tobioka, and had to deal with a super problem child like Amane Mochizuki. So it's no wonder a third of his hair had gone white, despite being quite young. He is timid, but a decent guy and a good teacher, though.
これらの問題が解決できない以上、申請を認めるわけにはいきません。ケッチ
Kotori, you...
もし生徒会が認めたとしても、それでは飛岡先生らは認めてくれないでしょうね。
The way she spoke was quite gentle, but what she really meant was, there's no way Mr. Tobioka will let this slide if you can't fulfill the minimum conditions. In other words, you're saying it's not entirely impossible, right? Akari nods.
条件さえクリアできれば、我々生徒会から先生方に掛け合ってみましょう。
Then it's settled. With a look on her face that said, this is what being fair is all about, Akari reassured us. Dankeschön, President! We bow as we make our way out of the 4th grade classroom.
グライダーはくれぐれも見つからないようにすることね。素直な子ね。
As I emphatically reply, Akari treated it as a joke and paid no attention. Oh, thank God!
お前ら、マジで盗み出すなんて思ってなかったぞ。
Oh shit. You know what? I think that's as good a spot as any to actually leave the episode off. Cause now we have our goal in mind. So with everything kind of the way it is, next episode we should start achieving that. So let's see what happens. Till then though, it's been your German boy. Auf Wiedersehen.